Hi KB, let's go over our math lesson for today, Wednesday, June 3rd. We're going to do 2 more sections today, and you're going to need a few items to help you out. First, make sure you have a pencil. Make sure you have 4 crayons, blue, red, green, and orange. And if you have any kind of colored cubes, they would be super helpful to have. If you don't have colored cubes, you can make your own by drawing them and cutting them out on paper, and then just making them the colors green, orange, red, and blue. And of course, it always helps if you have a trusty companion kitten to make sure you do your math correctly. But if not, don't worry about that. Okay, so we are on page 505 and we are starting today at chapter 12.4. And the first page, 505, is asking us to take a few green cubes and a few orange cubes. You get to choose how many. And I want you to organize them by color in this graph. So for me, I chose this many cubes. Now I'm going to organize them in the graph. I'm going to start with green. So I'm going to put the green on this side. See if they will stay. And can I put the orange on this side? No, I'm organizing by color. I'm categorizing, so they have to go on the other side. I have my green and I have my orange. Now I want you to draw and color these cubes into your graph. How many orange cubes do I have? 1, 2. I'm going to take my orange crayon. And I am going to color 1, 2. 2 spaces for 2 cubes. How many green crayons do I have? 1, 2, 3. So I am going to color 1, 2, 3. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Excellent. You can move your cubes to the side and turn to page 506. Okay, we're going to do the exact same thing now, but this time we're going to use red and blue cubes. So I am going to grab some red cubes. I am going to grab some blue cubes. And we're going to organize, or we're going to categorize these cubes by color. Let's start with red. I'm going to place my red cubes on one side. And what color will I place on the other side? Blue, exactly. So now I have divided by color. I have my red group and my blue group. How many cubes do I have in red? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. So for me, I'm going to color 3 squares. If you used more red, then make sure you color more squares. If you used less red, then make sure you color less squares. But this is what I'm doing. I have 3 red cubes. I've colored 3 squares red. How many blue cubes do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to color 4 cubes blue. Again, make this chart match whatever you have. You get to decide today how many you put in each category. It's your choice. Then let's come down to the bottom. How many red cubes do I have in my chart? 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to write that number on my line. How many blue cubes do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blue. Okay. Which group has more? You don't have to do anything. I just want you to recognize which group has more cubes, red or blue. If you said blue, you were correct. We know that the blue has more cubes than the red. Excellent. Let's come over now to page 507. This time we're going to make 2 categories. We're going to have green circles and green triangles. And I'm just going to make my own. You can do this too. You get to decide how many green circles do you want. For me, I think I'm going to have 2. So I'm going to make 2 green circles. You can make as many as you can fit in that space. Actually, I take that back. You can make as many as 6. 6 is the most you can make. And now decide how many green triangles you want. You can have up to 6. I'm going to make just 1. You can make up to 6 in your box. Let's look at what you drew. How many circles do I have? 1, 2. So how many squares do I make green? 2. How many squares do I make green for the triangle? How many in the triangle box? Just 1. And you know what to do down here at the bottom. Count how many circles you have. Write your number. Count how many triangles you have. And write your number. Which number is smaller? Which group has less shapes? If you said triangle, you are correct. Awesome, awesome work. Let me make sure I move my cubes out of the way. And let's turn to page 508. You guys are flying through. All right. Now you're going to use 5 cubes all together, and you're going to make them 2 colors. So I'm going to make 3 blue, 3 green. Oh my goodness, I'm forgetting my colors. 3 green and 2 blue. Whatever colors you decide, color your cubes here in the front. So first I'm going to make a green cube because I chose green, and then I'm going to make a blue cube because my second color was blue. You are going to do this with the cubes that you choose. How many green do I have? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. How many blue do I have? 1, 2. Once you organize your cubes by color, you can move them to the side. You can color the spaces. I had 3 green, so I would color 3. I had 2 blue, I would color 2 blue. And then come down here to the bottom and write the number that you had for your first color. Write the number you have for your second color. How many are green? 1, 2, 3. You're going to put that number on the line, whatever your number is. And then do the same for your second color. Count how many. Fantastic work, KB. Let's move on to page 509. Now we are on chapter 12.5, and this is the exact same thing. We're not using cubes this time. We're using counters. And because I don't have counters with me, I'm just going to draw them. You can draw them too. but this is the exact same thing we're going to practice. Our first page 509 is just asking you to count how many red counters do you see in the chart. Make sure you are paying attention to in the chart. How many reds do you see? 1, 2, 3. Trace your 3. How many yellows do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what to do. Trace your 4. Trace the circle to show which category has more counters. We see our circle here. We're just going to trace around that. And we are circling the yellow because yellow has more counters. 4 is more than 3. Excellent. Turn the page to 510. Here we go. All right, we have a chart already done for us. We just need to count how many. So let's start with yellow. I'm just going to use my orange crayon really lightly. You can pretend this is yellow. How many yellow counters are in your chart? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put the number 5 on the line. How many reds do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Bingo. Make sure you make that second counter red so that we know what we're counting. So we just counted 5 yellow counters up top and 4 red counters in the second row. Let's come down to problem number 2. Circle the category that has more counters on the graph. Which group has more? Yellow or blue? Which has more? Yellow, totally. Circle your yellow. Brilliant. Let's do the exact same thing on page 511. Again, we are going to count. Now my first category at the top is red, so I'm going to make this circle red. My second category is yellow. I'm going to lightly use my orange crayon to make it a little bit yellow. Let's count how many. How many reds? 1, 2, 3. Oops, that didn't come out too good. How many yellows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number on the line next to yellow. Come down to problem number 4. Circle the category that has fewer counters. Which category has less? Which category has fewer? Red. 3 is less than 5, and we can see that in our graph. 3 is less than 5. So circle your red counter. Amazing. One more page. Here we go. We're back to cubes. You can choose 2 colors. Oh, nope, my mistake. There are more blue cubes than red cubes, so we're going to use blue and red. There are more blue cubes than red cubes. If I wanted to do like this, is this true? Are there more blue cubes than red? Are there more blue? Nope. So I have to make sure there are more blue cubes than red cubes. So make your first cube blue. Make your second cube red. How many blue do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 blue cubes. How many red do we have? 1, 2, 3. Are there more blue cubes than red? Yes, there are. So put down how many blue cubes you had. You did not have to use 4 and 3. If you want to use a different number, as long as there's more blue than red, then you can totally do that. For me, I have 4 blue and 3 red. There are more blue cubes than red. Could I have done this? Are there more blue than red? Absolutely. Could I have done this? Are there more blue than red? Yep. So you can use any number that fits in your chart as long as you have more blue than red cubes. KB, that was hard work, and I am so proud of you. Way to go, guys, and I will see you really soon. Bye-bye.